Hello everyone, it is I, Republic Studs, and today I have another video, and today I'm going to be showcasing some of my good friends over at the Cape Cantina's brand new Cape selection releasing for their Black Friday sale. More on that later. But yes, so obviously the Cape Cantina is a great site that sells awesome capes to accessorize your Lego Star Wars minifigures, and honestly, they make them like 20 times better. So, without further ado, please remember to subscribe, and if you like anything you see, please use code RStuds promo, so RStuds promo, and you will save 15% off this Black Friday. They're doing a huge sale. Shipping is super cheap, especially in the US, and out of the US, it's fairly good too. But with that said, let's just get right into it with our amazing. First up, we have the Obi Wan Kenobi cape. Now, this is inspired by his 2003 Clone Wars appearance, and it's just sick. So basically, you take the plain Phase 1 or 2 clone torso and legs, put this cape on it, boom, you have Obi-Wan, that's it. And also, you obviously get the gunship like Obi-Wan. You'd really use any Obi-Wan, but this is the one I chose to use. Now, first off, this is one of my favorites. That's why I chose it first. You get, obviously, the belt. You get the capes. And you also get the cape on the back, which is really nice material. Like, it's, like, really firm, really great. And, I think he went above and beyond. Because, like, if you take off this cape, this one that's, like, this back one, you will basically get... Here, let me just set it up for you. But it is, like, you still get printing. So, like this guy takes, my friend Freshie, who is the one who runs Cape Cantina, he takes immense detail. Let me just say, I have, like, been shopping at Cape Cantina for probably almost a year now, before they even sponsored me or anything. They have great products. Ooh, that's not good. That's a cracked torso. That's not because of the figure. That's just because of that's not because of the cape, that's just the figure I chose. But yeah, so it's really cool. So, like, even if you don't want the cape or don't think it's necessary, or even if you want to put a clone on that, like, I could say take a clone helmet. Let me just get one. Here it is. And I just pop it on, and you could have, like, a clone Jedi, or if you want to have a clone in, like, robes or whatever. Whatever you want. Whatever suits you. I think it looks great. I love it. Let's move into the next one. It's going to be hard to film, but it is the child because it's so tiny. But yeah, so we get this. It's for the size, it's amazing. You can, like, detail your child out, and he has a special print. I mean, it's really difficult, especially, like, with the size, but you'd push it in, and you have an adorable little Baby Yoda, if you will. It's really fragile. But yeah, so, like, you'll see the arm prints here. Oop, oop, oop. Lighting. But yeah, you'll see, like, the prints there. You'll see that, I mean, it's tiny. And it actually was super easy to assemble. I was super worried that it would take forever and it would be, like, really tiny, like, it would be really hard to do. This was actually super simple. All I had to do was really just, like, pop it on and overlap it. It looks like a decent amount of work, and the head doesn't stay on as well. So I will say that. The head is, like, a little loosey-goosey, so you'd, like, pull it off. But it still works just as its job. It's just a little not as tightly secured. But it makes the figure look so much better. I really like the way he handled this. And I'm going to move into Baby Yoda's father, I guess, the Mando. Cantina did do a cape for his like, first appearance, this appearance, that Lego has still yet to make Beskar armor, but in preparation, now that we know Mando is getting his new, Beskar armor, that's a Firestar Toys print, by the way, you will see there is this epic, strap, and basically it lets you get his new Season 2 cape, and I believe it was in Season 1 as well. It's a gray cape, and it also has printing back here, and I think the thing that's really neat about this is, there are two separate pieces. So first, obviously, you get the cape piece, but on top of that, you get the strap, which is really neat. Let me just finagle that off. And for the strap, basically, here's what you're gonna do. So you put it on, like, all different ways. And I think my favorite part about this is, first of all, it aligns near perfectly when the helmet's on. It's, like, not aligning now, of course. But, and once the cape's on and everything. But it aligns near perfectly with the Lego print as compared to his old one. And it also has a, let me zoom in on that. A gun holster with his little blaster shots, which is super cool. And also, like, some are missing. Yet little details, it's really hard to tell, but it really makes the figure. And if you want to get one for his first version, that works too, and the head is rolling. But yeah, I think this is a great print, and I can't wait to put it on the new Beskar Mando minifig. I also forgot to point this out, but the holes on the cape are just awesome. Like, the way they do that, I think that's really neat, and it's, like, minuscule, and you can't really fit anything in it, but it's really cool nonetheless. Let's move in to the next figure. We're going to move into some of his Jedi robes ones. Now, he does have these epic Jedi robes, and they also come with hoods Again, not gonna lie, I want to be as honest as possible. Not a huge fan of the hoods. I'm gonna take off the hood. They're a little too bulky for me, and there goes Mace Windu's head. But yeah, not a huge fan of the hoods. These guys are pretty difficult to put together. They're going for around like $3. Everything in here is going anywhere from like $2 to $5. And with my code, you'll save a little bit extra. This is how you put the and there goes Mace Windu's head again. But yeah, so basically you just tuck it in and do all that. He has instructions on his site, I believe, or he should put them up if they're not there. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm not going to try to show you how to put them together because it takes a while. But yeah, so you like have separate capes for the arms. And then you attach them into like this part, and then there's like this base part. So if you don't even want that, you just put the base part on. I mean, it doesn't make that big of a difference. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna have Mace Windu as his like regular heads there because again, not a huge fan of the hoods. They're not my favorite. But yeah, he looks great. Now in terms of printing, there is printing everywhere. Here I'll try to take this out of his hand, and you will notice there is like a little belt printing. I'm just trying to focus. Your little belt printing, you got a little comm. It looks pretty good. You got a little like pocket, and then overlaps with the minifigure one near perfectly. With that said, let's move into the next one. Figured I'd switch it up this time with the brand new clone, or not brand new clone custom, but this is brand new Arc Fordo cape, which is pretty sick, not gonna lie. Now, this is from the 2003 style animated Clone Wars show. I don't know if this is the correct helmet or whatever, but yeah. So it's basically a little round. You hold it down for a bit, and then it gets to form perfectly. And then you just put it on, and it beautifies your trooper. You also get this waist comma. I always like his waist commas the most, I believe. Because they're most accurate, they're most proportional, and I really just like them. There's not too much else to say about him. Let's move into the next one. Here is the chosen one himself, Anakin Skywalker. Now, for whatever reason, I couldn't find my regular Anakin head. But yeah, so again, I'm going to do the same thing. Just completely get rid of the hood. And yeah. So I think another thing with these guys is they're a great alternative. Ooh, he's angry in that one. These are a great alternative to buying the figures outright. Like, if you don't feel like buying the figures, or also, like, if you don't like the printing with, like, all the marks that you get on the new, like, Anakin and Obi-Wans, then this is a great alternative, because you can, like, customize it, and if you don't mind the customization. But yeah, this is Anakin in his Episode 3 and Clone Wars appearances. Now, obviously, I just put this over his regular Clone Wars appearance. You will notice there's a little, obviously, his little belt details. I believe there's some on the back, but I don't want to lift it up because it's a pain in the butt. But yeah, I love this this figure. It looks fantastic. You get like a little knitting, whatever on there. You obviously get the arm prints. I believe I put that on wrong. It's a little like wonky, I think. Yeah. So they're supposed to be like that. And if you want to have your own Anakin, that just it looks sick, honestly. The arm print's a little being weird. I don't know if that's just me or if that's the cape or what's going on here. And there goes his head. I would more recommend these capes for display rather than play, because if you play with them, it's going to be hard to move their arms, and you want to keep the cape in decent condition unless you want to buy like a few of the capes, so that way in case they get destroyed. Because remember, they're small Lego ones and they're super detailed, making them obviously super fragile, so you don't want to go too hard on them. So they're great for mocks, great for that sort of thing. Let's move into the Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan, I will leave on the helmet because it's that's the whole point of this one. But this is her Night Owl appearance. Now, this is from the Clone Wars Season 7. This came out actually a while ago on his site, but I'll analyze it in a bit. First, I want to appreciate the detail. You notice on here, I'll try to get a decent angle. If you notice all the creases printed on there, and you also get the two little holes, which are great. And also, I'm using Firestar Toys. Ahsoka, and that's an aerial light helmet. Not Ahsoka, Bo-Katan. I'll get into that a bit in a second. But yeah, you see the creases back here. It just looks great. I love it, honestly. Now, all you have to do, really, this is the cheapest way to probably do a Bo-Katan if you want. You could basically go to Clone Army Customs, Jonak Toys. I have codes for a lot of these sites. And buy the helmet. That's it. All you need is the Bo-Katan helmet. And then you get this cape. And then boom, you have Bo-Katan. So if you don't want to go buy like the Firestar Toys one for whatever reason, this is a great alternative. This is also great to put on your Firestar Toys one if you have it. There's their logo. They also have their logo on some of their stuff, by the way, like Cape Cantina, which is pretty neat. But yeah, overall, I love this cape. I think it's great. You also see some blue lines up here. Other than that, I think that makes it up for Bo-Katan. Let's move into the next one. Oh my gosh, it's the Head Clanka General. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is General Grievous. Now, this is not a new cape to his site. Mine just got in a bit of bad bad shape because I was using it so much, like, for, like, mocks and builds and stuff, and, like, I was using it in stop motion tests. But yeah, so here he is. He's great. This is one of his best capes. So yeah, first you get his, this is like $3 or $4, but you get his little, design, which is pretty neat back here. Lego hasn't done this before. They've done, like, his cape, but, like, not this way. You also get his clip right here, which is pretty neat. And you also, on the back, I think this is one of the neater parts. Also, the Lando figure is pretty good. We'll get to that in a second. But you get this beautiful texturing and design. Not texturing, but you get a beautiful design, and it makes your General Grievous figures look 100 times better. It overlaps perfectly. The only thing I'd ask for is maybe if you had, like, a Jedi holster. I don't know how you would do that. That would be pretty tough. But I think it's a great cape. I love it, and you could just, like, it just pops on. This is, like, an easy cape by far. You just pull it out, pull it in. It's, like, not that difficult. I don't want to do it because I don't feel like taking it out. But great cape. Let's move in to the next one. Commander Keller. Now, sadly, I don't have a Commander Keller helmet, but I put it on a Phase Plane 2 clone. So all you gotta do is get your plain Phase 2 or 1 clones, and get this cape. Now, this cape is really cool because you get all the super fine detailing. Ooh, get that around. Detailing, like, in the, like, boxes. You also get the same sort of deal with the cape. You get, like, detailing here. And you even, this is my favorite, you get detailing on the back. It's crazy. You get, like, his little grenade thing, and you have all the cartridges. You also get the little crevices. Now, on top of that, you obviously get the same sort of thing in the front, but a little less, like, crazy, like, you don't have the bomb one in the front. And I overall just love this guy. He comes with the cape, obviously. Again, I'm not a huge fan of the hoods. It probably looks better with, like, a Clone Army Custom or Aerial Light Custom helmet. I just don't have one. I tried it with my Airborne Trooper, but the little orange part just didn't show up well, so I just did this. It looks better than what it would have otherwise. And it goes along great, actually. So if you get, like, 1 or 2 of these, it goes along great with this Obi-Wan, ironically, or if you want any of them. The Commander colors are really cool clone that we didn't see too much of. And yeah, let's move into the next one. Here we have Plo Koonscape. Now, you may be like, Studs, that's not Plo Koon, yeah. It's not Plo Koon, because I don't own a Plo Koon, sadly. Someone, please, get me a Plo Koon. But yeah, so this is his cape, though. So if you have a Plo Koon, this works. And it also apparently works for Kit Fisto, which is great. I think it actually looks amazing on Kit Fisto. Now, I also apparently learned when I was looking for the Kit Fisto head that his torso cracked. So now it's perfect. Look, I didn't even use his torso on the bottom. You don't need literally anything. Like, you just order Kit Fisto's head, and then boom, you have Kit Fisto. Or you just order Plo Koon's head, and boom, you have Plo Koon. Like, you can't see any of the actual parts of the figure. But yeah, so you have the same deal with all the other Jedi. If you want to see, he has a little bit of a different thing. He has, like, this on top of it. But if you don't want to see that, then there's also the cape, and there's also a backside, I believe. I don't want to show that because it's a pain in the butt to get back there. The Jedi capes, I will say, they're much more for your display models and collectors than your, if you're a kid trying to play with it. That would be my personal suggestion. So you're going to want to stick to, like, the Clone Trooper ones or General Grievous, all those cool ones, if you're not on that boat exactly. But with that said, I think it's time to move in to Billy D. Williams. Look at that smile. That is a smile. But yeah, this is Billy D. Williams, Lando Calrissian. I love this cape. This is not new. Again, I've done this in previous videos, but I wanted to showcase it because I'm showcasing some of his best stuff, or at least in my opinion, his best stuff. And yeah, so you obviously get this, let me just try to flip it. I'm trying to get you this beautiful, like, cape design. Like, I can't get over this one. This is my favorite one, or one of them. I love it. It looks great. Lego did a pretty good one too, so Legos is a close second. Like his always top Legos. Like, that's a no-brainer. But yeah, he also comes with this, like, cool leather piece, which is really neat, actually. I don't know if it's leather or what it is, but it's really cool. It kind of reminds me of the material in my jacket. It's weird. But yeah, the cape is cool. Lando's cool. So it's very fitting. Let's move into the next one. This is one of our last one, but I made Endor Rex. Now, the way I did this was I took one of the Endor characters from the Imperial Shuttle, which is actually back there, and I got some, like, 501st decaled arms that I had lying around. I got the Rex from the ATTE, and I got this cape that he has. Or the Cape Cantina has. Now, yeah, let me just fix it. But yeah, so this is basically the jacket, because we see Rex on Endor, or supposedly, and I wanted to make it, and it looks great. I love it. I also did one for Commander Wolf, because I like to think he was on Endor. That's just me. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks that. But yeah, it looks great. I love it. I just wanted to point it out because this is one of my favorites of his. Now let's move into the last one he sent me for today. Here is the Jedi Master Obi Wan Kenobi. He basically he's done this one before. I actually have owned it before, and this one looks a lot better. It's a lot more detailed. It's a lot more in the Revenge of the Sith type style. It doesn't have the scuff marks like the new ones do. Again, not a huge fan of the capes, but it works better on Obi-Wan, I will say, than others. It looks better actually in person. Like, it looks really bulky on camera, to be honest. And yeah, so like if we remove the capes and if you just put on like the hair and head, I just think it looks a lot better. That's my personal opinion. And yeah, so it doesn't look as good. It's weird. It's like it looks weird on camera. It shows up weird. I can understand why if you'd think it would be kind of weird to come up. It looks better in person, unironically. But yeah, so you get detailing up the wazoo. There's stuff up there, but I don't feel like pulling up the cape because that's a pain in the butt. These guys are like, this guy took me a solid like 5 minutes to figure out. But once you do one, you kind of get the hang of it. He's kind of a mess right now, in terms of like just stuff. Like he's not supposed to have his arms out that much. Like, yeah, it's just a bit of a pain with the Jedi ones. But yeah, that basically rounds it off. Let's do a final showcase. Also wanted to address that all these things you see in all my mock videos, these tents, as well as like the ones like my Republic flag, or if you want a Separatist flag or anything, I get those all from the Cape Cantina. He's kind enough to like send me them. So if you want your own, the best deal is happening Black Friday. They usually go for like $7, and if you have the pieces, and if you don't, you might want to buy them off him. But you're gonna get your best deal on Black Friday for these boys. So if you want them, go ahead, get him. He has a snow version too. Let's get into the final showcase product thing. Here they are, ladies and gentlemen. Every figure that the Cape Cantina sent me, at least in terms of capes, and these are just all some of my personal favorites. Now, obviously, going down the line, if I had to choose, some of my favorites would definitely be those figures like the Obi-Wan right here. There's also the Baby Yoda and Bo-Katan. I obviously like Mando's cape. That'll look great on Beskar Mando. Lando's back here, and he's falling. Commander Keller's pretty cool. General Grievous is sick. And Kit Fisto's pretty cool, too. I mean, it's Plo Koon. If I was to say ones you can't live without, like if you need to choose, I'd say get Mando's because Beskar Mando's coming out. So that'll look great on that. Baby Yoda because, you know, Baby Yoda, of course. Lando's if you have a Lando because he's the classic, and General Grievous. If I had to choose a most important, probably Baby Yoda. This is my personal favorite, Obi-Wan over here. And maybe Rex if you have all the parts. But overall, that is the haul. Again, a huge thank you to the Cape Cantina. Use code RStudsPromo for 15% off this Black Friday, 10% off all the other times. And also remember, there's all the capes and all the other things. Again, huge thank you for him to sending these to me for free of cost. I'm going to be using some of them in a giveaway very soon, so look out for that. And I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, and stay awesome.